Oh, nice. Ow!
Hey, you okay?
Oh, yeah, but I can't believe how hot that spoon is.
Well, that's interesting because my spoon isn't hot at all.
Well, that's because yours is made of wood. Mine's made of metal.
Why should that matter?
Well, some things conduct heat better than other things, so they heat up faster.
Well, I don't know what you mean.
Well, how about I show you another example?
Uh-huh.
Well, it looks good.
Yeah, you want some?
No.
Well, it's pretty good.
Why will a metal utensil become hot when you leave it in a hot pot? Which substance transfers heat faster? Metal, plastic, or wood? What is the difference between a good conductor and an insulator? Let's find out.
Hi there. Welcome back to Moon Kong Simple Science. Excuse me 1 minute. I need to stir my water. Ow. Oh, that got hot really fast. Does this ever happen to you when you use metal on top of a stove? Well, the reason it happens has to do with the way heat is transferred through materials. And we're going to talk about that a little more today. So in front of me, I have some water on top of a burner, which we've already seen. The other materials we will use are 3 spoons of different materials. So let's go to experiment 1 right away. Let's use our plastic spoon. Now, what we want to do today is measure how fast we can heat up this spoon when we put it in water. Now, I don't want to touch this anymore in case it gets very hot. So what we will do instead is take a piece of butter and put it on top of our spoon like this. So now we will put this into our water here and see how long it takes for the spoon to heat up. When the spoon gets hot enough, the butter will melt and it will slide down the handle. Okay, let's put our spoon in and start our stopwatch. One and stop. Okay, so let's take a look at our stopwatch. It says about 1 minute and 42 seconds. So that's the amount of time it took for our spoon to heat up enough so the butter melted. Now, why did this happen? Well, when we put our spoon inside of the water, heat was actually transferred from the water into the spoon and up to the top. So as this happened, the spoon got hotter until the butter melted and slid down. This is what's known as heat conduction. So, experiment number 2. Let's try the same experiment this time, but bring back our metal spoon instead. Okay, so we are ready. So let's get our stopwatch ready here. Okay, ready, set, go. And stop. Let's check our time. Wow, 8 seconds it took to melt our butter that time. That's a lot quicker than it was when we used our plastic spoon. Now this happens because metal is what's known as a very good conductor of heat. It lets heat transfer through it easily. So the heat from the water could move up the spoon very fast and melt our butter quickly. All right, so let's try one more type of spoon that we might use in the kitchen. So experiment number 3, we have our wooden spoon. So let's do the same thing with our butter on the handle. So here's my question. What do you think will happen this time? Will it be faster than the metal or slower than the metal? Well, let's get this ready and find out. Here we go. Okay, and stop. So let's look at our time here. That took us about 3 minutes and 17 seconds. before our butter melted. That's a lot more time than the metal took before the butter melted. Now, why was this different? Well, wood, just like plastic, are both examples of really good insulators. That means they resist the movement of heat through them. Even though they still warm up, it takes a lot longer for the heat to move through the substance. This is why it's always a good idea to use a wooden or plastic instrument when you make your food. If you use a metal one, you'll probably end up burning your hand. Okay, so let's review what we've learned today. Different materials conduct heat at different rates. Metal is a good conductor that transfers heat very easily and quickly. Insulators are poor heat conductors that do not transfer heat very well. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I hope this experiment helped you out in the kitchen, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.